Hello, hello. Welcome to Blaine's Escape Corner. We have got a Waifu Wednesday coming at you today. Very fun. Even my earbuds came packed with a waifu. So even the mailman knew what to do. Knew what we needed. Wait, is this? Okay, I am. Hold on. Am I coming in the right? Okay, that is. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. Super weird trying the scheduling feature here. To make it a little bit easier on myself when I start up one of these bad boy streams thingamajiggers, you see. Very breaded on this new update here. So thank you and welcome to the Escape Corner. Today I have no new sake. However, I have many bottles that I have of sake that are partial. So we'll be just sort of grazing our way through the different bottles there. Hello pop culture. Hello E-class. How are we doing today, chat? Are we excited? Are we stoked? Waifu Wednesday only comes once a week. You gotta know it's good. And we're gonna start, boom, we're gonna start with Suijin. Junmai Super Dry. I remember this one having some heavy wood flavors, heavy, with the warehouse coming through on it. So we'll start out there as we get to our daily updates on what anime you should be watching. Get this poured. Pour it. Fill my cup. Red Solo cup. All right, everyone. Good to see you. Kampai. Alrighty. We have got some updates today. Should be watching Shikimori. We'll get to it. I've got an order I'm going in. We start off Birdie Wing. I fear we're getting to a bit of a slower moment. But I'm also not too worried. I think we're gonna have a good time with where the story's going. So I am excited. Not every story can be bam hitting you all the time. Going to be fantastic. Going to be out of the gates. Every single episode. You gotta have some lulls. You gotta have some veg with your meat. You gotta have some boring bites to really remind yourself how great the steak is. So definitely great there. Saw the Pokemon trailer today featuring Professor Mommy. I have not seen that. So maybe I'll look that up, see what we get as far as some sort of another mommy to compete with Yor and I don't remember who else do we have in the mommy category this season. But we'll get to that. We will get to that. So Birdie Wing continue to be good. A little bit of a lull this week. We'll see how we go from there. Saw her fan art before you even saw the trailer. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Greatest Demon Lord reborn as a typical nobody is a total tone shift, a total change in where I thought we were going to what we were going to be doing. It's like they said, hey, we've got kind of a mystery here. Get ready for like this mystery. And so we open the episode and then it's like, just kidding. New plot entirely. Just, like Deus Ex Machina. Wham! We're gonna cut this one off and we're gonna fully transition, all of our characters. Everybody's gonna transition to a different gender on all of this. That's just they're like, you know what, you thought you knew what we were doing, but nope, you're wrong. Don't make assumptions. That's bad. and we're in a totally different show than we were just a matter of moments prior to me watching that episode. Will it still be good? Yeah, because anytime you have the sort of full tonal shift like this, but you're maintaining your main character, like what's fun and about this episode is that our character just went from being OP to maybe not completely OP, and that's a fun way to like downgrade him, and I'm excited to see sort of where it goes with that. We always get a little loopy doopy on some of that stuff, but I'm excited to see how it goes. That Pokemon girl make the jokes, you don't care. I haven't seen this Pokemon girl. Apparently she's something to see, and it is Waifu Wednesday. We'll get to it. So no worries there. Healer girl, we got treated to some beautiful music, some really fun visuals. We really got to see their sensei really stepping up and showing off what this crazy healing song magic is all about. So I rather enjoyed this episode. I'm liking this idea of this woo-woo magic healing gibberish that also is working with science in order to save people. It's an interesting idea. I like the idea. I'm excited to see where it goes. It reminds me of the very ending of the original Full Metal Alchemist, when they're all in the church, like trying to perform alchemy. That's what it reminds me of, where you've got people that are doing like woohoo magic, but also technology. I like that. Pretty fun there. RPG Real Estate continues to just be a fun time show. Like if you're not having a great day, watch RPG Real Estate. You'll have a fine day afterwards. It is very, very low stakes this episode, but we got a little bit of a mystery. It was a little fun to figure out, and we also got to see those flying lantern things where you put the candle in it, you tie like a wish to it, and you just let it go and it flies away. I think those things are amazing. They're so cool. But I also, every time I see it in any sort of media, they're like, we've got to release the lanterns, and they release them and they go flying away. All I can picture is the village down the road that just has now this wall of fire just moving towards it like a World War II firebomb. Like, it's crazy to think about outside of all of our friends who are like, my wish will be carried by the winds to the gods, and they'll grant me my wish. Meanwhile, down the road, like, incoming! Just got this wall of flaming lanterns coming at them. It seems so strange. Like, well, who does this? Why do they do this? What are we up to? What are we doing here? Finally, should be watching Shikimori. I asked last week if one episode could make a show worth watching. I say no. This episode continues to compound on this idea that it really is some sort of bad luck curse on our friend Izumi, because our friend Izumi is great at cooking, like quality cookery, and we've now learned that they are great at sewing. Are you familiar with sewing? Cutting fabric, using a needle, stitching it together. Even if you use a machine, I have cut myself more times sewing stuff or stabbed my finger, or, every time you do something, you get hurt with sewing. How is it that our bad luck boy can do sewing when he can't do walk down street and not have sign fall out of the sky to hit him? I still don't understand that. A character specifically calls out that he's got such good feminine qualities. Is the world cursing him anytime he tries to do something masculine, and that's the issue? His bad luck only pops up when he tries to do a masculine thing. Is that what's going on? the gender roles, they're on their head. Never seen this before. Like, I've never seen a show before. What's my dress up, darling? Yeah, what's a guy who's good at sewing clothes, but then also, is capable of doing anything else without falling apart? The globalists. Gotta watch out for them globalists. They're coming for your kids, and they're doing it. But they're getting wise, because what they're doing now is they're saying, hey, you know what? Anime's pretty good. People really like anime. It's coming from Japan, but we can't get Japan to sign on with what we want. So we'll take the worst of what they give us, and then we'll interpret it to mean exactly what we want it to mean, so that it fits every globalist narrative that we have. These damn pot-bellied goblins coming around trying to eat your children, and now they're trying to eat your children's brains by translating things. And when I say translate, I think you know what I mean. That last bit, I put it in my throat in the wrong spot. That was not a good. I'm gonna be like choking for a minute here on that voice. Literal vampire potbelly goblins coming after us. I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. Oh, what a great song. If anybody hasn't seen the music video that takes oh my gosh, I can't even remember. Alex Jones clips and then sings them as like a folk song. It's so good. Really, really funny. But yeah, so Shikimori's not just Cutie. We're getting into our festival episode, and we find out that the festival is how Shikimori met Izumi, and we're just kind of going with it, and then we stick Izumi in the library with another girl to talk about how he asked out Shikimori, and we don't know if this new character is into Shikimori, or is into love, or is into Izumi but wants to know about Shikimori because Izumi likes Shikimori. There's a number of ways that this can go, and we're just kind of tossed into it. We could have used a translator's note on this episode, episode 7 of Shikimori. He gets a number, and it's 44. And he says yonjuyon, which is how you say 44 in Japanese. And then it says double death as like the number, which doesn't make a lot of sense if he's saying yonjuyon. But 4 can also be read as shi, ichi ni san shi. It's shi. It's like cha and sh at the same time. So ichi ni san chi. Chi-shi is how you say death, like omae wa mo shinderu. That shin, that shi, that's the death kanji. So his number that he gets is literally death on the page. It's their version of 13 basically. So you know how like sometimes an elevator or whatever will skip the 13th floor, it'll just go from 12 to 14. They have that same thing, but it skips 4. So it'll go from 3 to 5 theoretically. I've never seen this myself, but this is one of those like weeb rumors of like, the Japanese people don't put 4s on their elevators the same way we don't put 13s on our elevators. I'm like, have you been in a skyscraper? I feel like every giant building I've been in has a 13th floor. Like it's on the button, you push the button, it's okay. And every elevator I've been on in Japan, like if they go up past 3 stories, will also say 4. Like I don't know where these stories come from or how they spread, but it's a very, very interesting one, I will say, to say the least. Very, very odd, very strange there. But overall, like this episode is a freaking weird flashback episode, and all the while that we're in a weird flashback zone, we keep cutting back to Shikimori, who is like almost by definition being toxically masculine. if we were to ask anyone else and put any other gender in that position. So, and by any other, I mean male, by men. But if you put a dude in that position and he was like, I gotta go find the person that has my girlfriend's number and take their number. Like, it's just such a weird thing. No, they have the 13th floor. You just have to walk to it. Elevators don't go that high. Anything past 13 is actually a basement or a back room. You could end up in a back room if you went to a 13th floor, and then you'd be stuck forever. Gosh, I love back rooms. I love it so much. I'd pull it up. Like I'd play a bunch of these videos that I'm talking about or thinking of. However, I got another copyright from Katakawa this time, all because of that clip with the deer, the Nichijou clip, where I was commentating and giving it educational purposes and using my voice to transform it into something else. And I was like, hey, I got to dispute this. And then Katakawa was like, no, we're going to keep it blocked for everyone. I'm like, what? It's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds of a 2-hour stream, and you're going to block it from visibility when I'm like hyping people up about Nichijou. Like, I'm going to it's so stupid. You've been to a hotel that didn't list their 13th floor, the 13th. Interesting. I have yet to see any of that. You weren't gonna say anything, but yeah, the deer clip was a bad idea. I figured it was short enough. I was transforming it. I was jumping around with like what I wanted to show and how I wanted to display it. Freaking 30. So there, and like, cause when YouTube gives you the like, we've got a copyright claim here, you can see the moment in time where they're claiming. It's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds that they're claiming of a 2-hour video. And that 30 seconds isn't even like all of the deer clip. Like it's so baffling to me. All of this stupid bot copyright BS that we have to wade through. Oh, don't even worry about it. It's a blocked video. So it's like, I just gotta, I'm probably, I disputed it. They came back and said, no, we're going to keep it. I would appeal it, but last time I appealed it, I got an actual strike. So I'm not going to appeal it this time. I'll probably just trim it because it's only 30 seconds. Like if someone's gonna miss out on my like from the top row, by God, JR, by God, like we'll deal with that being gone from a 2-hour video. So I'm not too worried about it. I just find it stupid with the way these companies are. Hey, our bot says that this is copyright. We should claim it, but don't just claim it. Let's block it. We'll have it blocked the entire time. And it's like, why block it? Like, why block my 2-hour stream over 30 seconds of video? You freaking cucks. I hate it so much. At least just like give it a partial block, or like there's other things they can do. Claim the copyright, and if I ever get monetized, you guys can have the funds. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want to not have to cut out 30 seconds of my stream. It's just frustrating. But I'll take care of that. We're all good. What I can do, what I definitely can do, is pull up articles and laugh at them. So let's see how I can rearrange an article with this new see if I do this and then I switch to this. There we go. And then I can do this. Bingo. Got it. I can do this in big split form. So very, very excited here. Our buddy Louis Kemner, publisher of 4242, Make a Wish on the Hitchhiker's Guide. Ooh, we got another article 4 hours ago, hot off the presses. Also wrote this one that we'll watch. I think this is, yeah, because the previous ones are all about Aharen-san. So we've got a fresh off the presses article once we're done with this one. So as you recall, I made note of the fact that this character, this blue-haired person here, appears to like Shikimori. She's also she's like the star of the volleyball team. She's all kinds of things like that. So we shall see. Let's dive on in and see if there's any reason to watch this show again, according to Louis Kemner. Because I can tell you, for me, I don't care how many times you can be like, oh, but this episode's good, but this episode's good. It's so boring, and the characters don't matter because the characters haven't mattered the whole time. So why would I start caring and mattering now? Frustrating, annoying, get it out of my life. Episode 7 of Shikimori introduces the athletic Kamiya, a girl who seems determined to launch a love triangle. I got none of those vibes, other than her just being really interested in love. Like, she could just, like, have a girl that she likes, she's like, or a guy that she likes. I'm not going to judge here. Then just be like, oh, I just want to know how you did it so I could do it with the person that I like. It doesn't even have to involve Shikimori and Izumi. And, spoiler alert, it's probably just a narrative device for the author to say, hey, you were all asking how they got together. Well, let me tell you how they got together. It was years ago, blah, blah, blah. You know, we'll probably get into that on the next article that we have here. But just silly. Just pure silliness. Following contains spoilers. Spoiler alert! Spoilers for Shikimori, because nobody cares. It's also been days that this episode has been out, so if you haven't seen it by now, if you ain't seen it by now, you are never gonna see it. Never gonna see it. Yeah. I'm in a goofy mood today. Shikimori is Not Just a Cutie has so far been a low-conflict rom-com anime series where the main characters mainly drive the plot by engaging in playful competitions, including how Izumi Yu and his seemingly perfect girlfriend Shikimori sometimes tease each one another. But in episode 7, the first hint of a true conflict arises when Kamiya enters the picture. She was a character you're interested in seeing more. She came across as really likable in the volleyball game. Well, maybe we'll get to see some more, but that's going to be up to the fan service communities. Is going to be dead after this season. Gosh, I hope so. And we've got good indications that it will be. So we'll get to those good indications as our Waifu Wednesday moves into what we really want to talk about later. Shikimori is Not Just a Cutie has been all about stable and wholesome romance so far, without a single hint of serious drama or heartache, even when compared to gentle anime like Komi Can't Communicate or A Couple of Cuckoos. Now that Kamiya's here though, a love triangle might be right around the corner, and Shikimori doesn't even know it yet. Of course she doesn't know. She wasn't even in the library ever. I've never seen the girl with a book. So some great awesome person they are. They're not good at school. They can't be good at school. Season 7 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie launches the anime's obligatory school culture festival, which is almost like a counterpart to equally obligatory summer festival episodes or beach episodes. We did have the summer festival in Shikimori, the episode prior to this one. So it has been a bit, so I could imagine you forgot because it was boring. Sequences like these need a little drama to make them compelling beyond their basic premise, and Shikimori delivers! No, only Jesus delivers. Get it right. At first, the festival seems perfectly ordinary for Izumi and Shikimori, only for Izumi to get assigned to do library work and find himself alone with the blue-haired Kamiya. This girl has romance on her mind, but not in the way that we normally see. You won't see more because you dropped this show. You made the right decision. We all know that I'm the one doing the dumb where I watch this series so that I can read these articles. That I am the dumb in this situation. So you're all smarter than me if you've dropped this show. If you haven't dropped this show, it's a competition and we'll see who wins. Kamiya takes advantage of this alone time to ask Izumi all about Shikimori and how the two of them met and when they started going out. In this scene, Kamiya is intense and inquisitive, almost inquisitor-like, clearly going after something she cherishes a great deal, and Izumi is the key. Kamiya probes every detail she can about the genesis of Izumi and Shikimori's relationship. I'm pretty sure she sits there quietly while Izumi just rambles on like a weirdo. Like she's like, how did you guys meet? And he's like, or how did you get together? And he's like, what? And she's like, how'd you meet? What? How did you become a couple? Like, and then he just started just vomiting his story of my tale of love and woe that I will weave for you. From the first time I saw her number, I knew we would have to take a photo together. And even corners Izumi against the bookshelves. Yes, she kabadons him. And then we're like, oh, is this a different kind of question, relationshipy thing? You watch this episode before me, so you win. It's not IQ is not a game of golf. And while Kamiya doesn't explain herself much, Izumi presumes that she has a romantic interest in all this, and perhaps she is after Shikimori in particular. As Izumi puts it, if so, Kamiya might serve as Izumi's first serious rival for Shikimori's affection, and if Kamiya actually has an interest in Izumi herself, Shikimori is likely to intervene at once and shield her boyfriend Kamiya, from Kamiya. The meek Izumi wouldn't do much to discourage Kamiya's advances, but Shikimori would. She can be scary when riled up. I did not I was not expecting the fanfic arc. I don't know. Did anybody put that on their bingo card for Kemner's articles? Fanfic about how Shikimori gets riled up. I certainly did not have that on my bingo card. But good on you if you won that competition. This might mark the beginning of some serious relationship drama by Shikimori. Standard. This show is so boring that somebody who seems interested in someone else might be the spice it needs, that little bit of salt that'll make it a little tastier than just a dry piece of ham. Especially if Kamiya is after Shikimori and Izumi doesn't do enough to prevent that. What do you mean prevent it? Like, they're going out. She either likes Izumi enough to stick with him or doesn't like him and will go with Kamiya. Like, that's a silly thing to do. Despite being in a committed relationship, Izumi lacks the willpower and assertiveness to get in the way of other people's happiness or confront them about a problem. However, if Shikimori knew that Izumi wasn't doing anything to deter this new love rival, she might be concerned or even insulted by that. And even if Kamiya was soon driven away, Shikimori and Izumi would still have a problem. Exactly. Their problem is they're boring! No matter who Kamiya is interested in, it's up to both Shikimori and Izumi to find a way to prevent the love triangle while also treating Kamiya gently and not upsetting. I'm sorry, no. No. If you and your love are in a committed relationship, you are both people who love each other and you want it to stay that way, and a third person says, I want to get in on the love too. The last thing you need to worry about is upsetting them, because they are seeking to upset your love. And if they do that, you're the one who's upset and sad, and like, you have a right to your own quiet enjoyment of your life. So if someone comes in, you do not have to worry about upsetting them. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. Izumi and Shikimori are both kind, compassionate people who would feel terrible about reducing Kamiya to tears. So they must handle things with finesse. You know I'm dripping in finesse. Don't take much stress. If Kamiya makes a serious advance on either of them. If Izumi and Shikimori play their cards right, they might shut down Kamiya's advances while also befriending her. Since she is a smart, athletic, and popular girl, just like Shikimori herself, give her the old Vegeta treatment. Izumi's everyday life would reach new heights if he had not one but two friendly Shikimoris in it. He has two friendly Shikimoris. Does Nekozaki not count as a Shikimori? Get out of here. Girlfriend, you think Weenie Ding Dong here is gonna Kanojo Mokanojo? You think he's gonna get that girlfriend action going on here where he's like, I like you both. I'll go out with you both. And then he's assertive. Like, he just said he's weak and unassertive. So is Shikimori gonna be the one who's like, no, it's okay. We'll both date. And it's like, well, why? Why? Goodness. Takes a real Chad to say, we're kids. I like you both. Let's all three date and see how it works out. Izumi ain't none of that. What a loss. This is a loss of a Kemner article here, that's for sure. Maybe he can. How does this dude put 2 articles out back to back? Crazy sauce. Shikimori, Episode 7's love game reinvents the school festival cliche. Love games are a festival staple at Izumi School, and those games actually help bring him and Shikimori together. No. It does not reinvent the school festival. All it does is say, hey, you know how all the school festivals have like a maid cafe where they're like dressing like maids and all the guys are like, yeah, let's do it. And all the girls are like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, we'll have a maid cafe anyway because it's anime. Shikimori's like, we can't put them in maid outfits. That would be upsetting. What if it was an animal cafe, a little dobotsu, a little farm cafe, so everybody's dressed up like animals? And then someone's like, can I put him in a bunny suit? I like the bunny suit. Is that okay? No, we can't have fun with this one. No bunny suits, only weird floppy bunny ears and like a dress thing going on. I will have none of this. None of this sexiness. We cannot have this in our anime. We cannot. Get out of here. No. And that's how they came up with this school episode. Now let's see if he can change my mind. My guess is no. Louis Kemner has many things. A mind-changing salesman is not one of them. Not one at all. The charming rom-com series Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie features minimal drama or heartbreak, even when compared to other... This is the same intro as your last one. That's how he does it. He just copy-pastes his previous intro. We just figured out how Louis Kemner makes all these. Oh, games might play a role too. Dramatic shouting matches, blah, blah, blah. All right, episode 7 of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie launches the obligatory school culture festival sequence, but this festival has more than amateur maid cafes and food stalls to offer. The festival, both this year and last year, features a matchmaking game that's free to play. Watch out! Watch out for the microtransactions. They've got a free to play couple game. It'll get you. If you give us just $5, we'll move your number up to the top of your Bumble. Oh, don't do it. Don't do the free-to-play games. This adds some much-needed substance to the otherwise token plot development. This entire show is token plot development. That you could rename it that at this point. Also, the way her arm rotates. I thought, because in the beginning she like stretches and like moves her arm in like a full 360. I've seen that GIF uploaded, and I thought every single time I watched it, my phone was like dropping internet a little bit, or the computer was having some issues because it like chunks weird at the end. It's not smooth animation. No, that's exactly how it is in the show. Also, having her break the fourth wall to give us the explanation of this stupid game, because all we see is a heart with a number on it when he shows up, was actually quite fun. So kudos on you, Hachi Mitsu. Episode 7 introduces the matchmaker game, where each student attending the festival draws a heart-shaped piece of paper with a number written on it. The students may check public boards to see who also has a heart with their number. Only 2 of each number can be found, ensuring that every player has exactly 1 match, a supposed soul mate. The students don't take this too seriously, but it's still a popular and somewhat competitive game. And just like any kid, they're going to take it seriously. It would be boring, but it won't be, because one thing happened. It's slightly different than anything else I've seen. And Shikimori's good friend Hachimitsu actually breaks the fourth wall, explaining these rules to the viewer out of sheer enthusiasm. And then we get the classic, "Who are you talking to?" comment. What is this, Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Get out of here. You're not that clever. But I did appreciate the explanation, because somebody needed to tell me what was going on with the numbers. Plenty of anime characters try out all kinds of matchmaking games or activities, usually to get a sign from the universe to encourage them to pursue the object of their affection. It's a variation of picking a flower's petals in the he likes me not game. And it stands out as the strongest plot point in this year's school festival. The strongest one, not the plot point where we have another character that may or may not be interested in one of our main characters, but this stupid love game is the major plot point. To the point where Shikimori gets riled up when she and Izumi don't match. To Shikimori's shock, the other person bearing her number is the new character Kamiya, a bold and popular girl. Did Shikimori even find out that Kamiya had the number? Because I know the camera panned over there, but I feel like it wasn't Shikimori finding the number. Because even like, we got so many classes to go look at, we're never going to find this number. And then it like showed us the number just to the audience. I felt like Shikimori doesn't know yet. She's a bold and popular girl who made it clear to Izumi that she has a strong interest in either him or Shikimori. Izumi presumes that Kamiya is after Shikimori in particular, and sure enough, the 2 of them are bound by the matchmaking game, which might please Kamiya, but Shikimori might try to worm her way out of this, such as trading numbers with someone or writing new numbers on hers. It's just a heart-shaped piece of paper. You write your own number all day. Izumi and Kamiya's heart papers. She's not afraid of hands-on solutions to problems. The matchmaking game is the standout development of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, episode 7, for several reasons. So stand out. So great. If someone doesn't show up, they're screwed. Also, how do they figure out which person got which number if it's random? Yeah, who wrote down all the names and numbers? Who did that? Were they like keeping track as they were handing out the heart-shaped papers? Like that's crazy. If they each get a random one, then how do they put the number on the name next to the board? The answer is stupid. Any answer is stupid. Yeah. No, the only way that would make sense is as they're handing them out at the gate, someone is writing down Izumi 44 and all that stuff, and then they're moving on to like they spend half the day trying to put it like collate all this information, which would be really weird. I like the idea of them not knowing who has any which number, so they can kind of like hunt around and see if they can find them. Like that would be a much more interesting. We might actually get some plot if we did that. Oh my goodness. To begin with, it thematically ties into the main character's love of competition in games. How is this games? This is just a random chance drawing. Love, Indeed, it was the spirit of competition that brought together Shikimori and Nekozaki as friends when they played basketball in PE. And Izumi and Shikimori compete to see who is the strongest and most thoughtful person in their relationship. Big competition there. Just watch out. I am so thoughtful and I am the strongest and I win the relationship game. If you're competing in a relationship game and one of you wins, guess what? You just lost. For these friends, everything is a good-natured game, and the matchmaker game helps prevent the school festival sequence from just feeling like a forgettable festival episode. The characters have a personal stake in it. The matchmaking festival game is, in fact, what helped launch Shikimori and Izumi's wholesome relationship. In case you forgot. The dude that fixes the total bro. He's your favorite character. Yeah. Random guy who sticks to the rules until the rules should be broken. That's your favorite character in the show. Oh my goodness. That goes to show you how great all the other characters are, really. Last year's festival, they both got 212. Izumi loses his paper in that scene, but he convinces the student council president to give him a new one and allow him to get his photo taken with Shikimori anyway, and he gets his wish. Then Izumi keeps the ball rolling in this flashback when he meets with Shikimori behind the gym and finally asks her out. But we don't really get to hear it. We just get to see it, and then he shakes her hand like a freaking weirdo. Like, who will you go out with me? Shake on it. Just shake my hand on going out with me, please. I mean, maybe I'm just from a different age, but that seems really strange. Then Izumi, blah, 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 blah. Now the matchmaking game has a nostalgic and sentimental value to Shikimori and Izumi, so naturally Shikimori gets riled up when her and Izumi's numbers don't match this year. Shikimori is almost definitely going to do something, maybe, about it. And then the fugged. They had these segs. A gentleman's agreement. Shake. So freaking strange. Odd. That's all I can say about this episode. Boring. I guess I got two things to say. Boring and odd. Those are the things that I will announce. I believe it to be true. Ba-ba-bum. Boo-boo, where did I put that? Wait, where? Hold on. I swear I saved it here. Nope. Okay. Media. What? Where? Hold on. Where did it go? Did they? Hold on. In regards to matchmaking, Fudo X Decimi are only 98% match. It gives you hope. Good. It's like 1 year anniversary for them. They aren't super into it. Weird. Yeah. Yeah, we learned that it's their 1 year. Those are the top trending. Awashi. Where? Okay, here we go. Let's get into the numbers. 2 weeks on, and Anya Forger is still maintaining number 1, even though her position in the latest episode of Spy Cross Family was basically non-existent. Very, very funny. This was definitely a Yor episode, and we can see that in the fact that Yor has moved up by 1. Komi moving up by 2, and Desumi Magahara also moving up by 2. Our best girl from Love After World Domination, excuse me, is now rocking number 4. One more and she gets to stand on the podium of the top 10 female characters. Wow, that was weird. I burped and then I had to swallow spit and it went down the wrong pipe. And she's out of here. You are correct. I thought it was maybe a glitch. Maybe it was just people forgot this existed because they didn't release a new episode. But Shikimori is no longer on the voting poll. Yes and no, E-Class. It had the delay, but the voting for this was until the 31st. So until literally yesterday, you could have been voting. So people have seen the new episode and were not excited enough about Shikimori to step up and vote. So it could be the fact that in their return episode, she's not a real major character. Or it could be that she just sucks as a character. Either way, we got a lot of green on this report, and we're really happy with where things are lying. And this makes me very excited for the potential of Culver and Bear x Steel Princess making it on the top 10 couples list, and Fudo and Desumi maintaining their stranglehold on the number 1 coupleship of the season. So very fun, very exciting with our anime trending there. I am stoked to see where it goes, how it goes, and we'll continue to track and bring you the numbers. It's not weird for people to just completely forget about a movie or show after they're done with it. I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of people just didn't care to keep watching. Yeah, they're just following up, and now it's like 20 down on their watch list. So when they go to watch it, they never see the fact that it has a little like new symbol next to it. If they're on like on a Crunchyroll or something like that. Very, very fun, very exciting. Gotta love it. Got to love it. And that was, I mean, really, that was the only waifu. That title's wrong. The title I get to see is wrong because of the way Restream does things. What else did I have for today? Anything else before I get into the meaty part of the discussion? No. All right. Let's get back into the meat. Let's get into the big butchery slices of anime, of escapism, of I complained that shows this season suck because there's good shows in previous seasons that you can go back and watch. So let's talk about good shows from previous seasons that you should go back and watch. We will limit it to ONA, TV show, and movie. And we are now in the year 2012. I think she's left out because on the phone, from nobody from Shikimori is in the top 20. What? That's crazy. That's insane. You're insane. To think that you have a single week off, and this was a planned week off, and you're coming back to nobody even knows your characters exist. Oof. Ooh. That's gotta sting, let's say. Alrighty. This will be fun. So we left off, we finished out same with guys list. Interesting. They're all just off the list entirely. Hachimitsu number 1 after a single fourth wall break. Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. That little scene between that and the gif of her arm going in the weird circle, those two things may just give her that name recognition that she needs to be on the top of any online poll. So very, very possibly that we see Hachi bumping on up. Very, very funny. All right, I've got this pulled up here now, so we can continue. But like this. All right, 2012. The year that Sword Art Online broke the internet. This show went from the most praised show to the most hated show, all because of a few videos online that just dove into every problem that it has. It could have been just a show that people watched and then forgot about, except the internet doesn't forget. It shows Inusuka at 23, so maybe you're wrong. Maybe. I trust your judgment on this one. Trapped in a game has existed before. It goes all the way back to Tron, and when video games first existed, to have that idea of like, what if you get trapped in the game? What are you gonna do? How will you survive? What do we do? And so we've got trapped in the game, and we have like a very a decently long running show that has plenty of stuff to it. Boy, oh boy, did I click that? Yeah, okay. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. I'm not much of a hater either, to be fair. Like, the show has problems, but I feel like Sword Art Online haters really drag it into the ground. It's not great by any means, but I'm gonna fence it a little bit on this. SAO followed by AOT really catapulted anime as a medium into the minds of Western audiences. Yes, that paired with the fact that you could stream it and see it online without being a pirate or having to torrent something, like really, really made this big idea and brought a lot of people, a lot of new anime fans when this show dropped. And then JoJo. I freaking love the new JoJo Bizarre Adventure. It's so great. Roundabout, oh, such a fantastic song. The to be continued. So good. It's so good. And the season that starts it off, Jonathan and Dio. Not my favorite when it comes to Joe's, to be fair. I'm much more of a Joseph fan myself, but I do have to say that this first series really set up a lot of really good characters that have persisted. Like Speedwagon is consistently being rated as the top anime waifu at all times, and he's from a show that is based on a manga from a bajillion years ago. So freaking good. Streaming was the powder keg for anime. 100%. 100%. And I've talked about this before, and I will beat this drum forever. There is so much anime coming out of Japan because there is so much source material and so many people that are interested in telling their story that there's always something new and something interesting to see. But you can't, like, when you're talking physical media, the limitation of distribution really bottlenecked a lot of shows. And that's why we were laughing the last night about how I was just scrolling past shows that were being made. because instead of saying, hey, can you make a show and can we get a recording distribution license for it from somebody who's going to make VHSs or make DVDs, depending on when the time period was, you could just make a show, upload it, and have it play. Like, shows popped up on YouTube. They just went everywhere. And so removing that physical barrier of distribution really let anime just explode. And yes, the full version of Roundabout is like 8 minutes, and it's still fantastic. You're halfway through Diamond is Unbreakable right now. Keep pushing. I like Diamond is Unbreakable. It got a little stale for me. Towards the middle there, it kind of drags on, but once you get back into some of the more action, I will say, really takes off as you move through it. Everyone you know IRL who like SAO hate ReZero, and people who like ReZero hate SAO. What about people that think they're both meh? Is that how the teeter-totter works, E-Class? Season 1 is Joseph. It is Joseph in his prime, but it does start out with Jonathan. And so I always think of season 1 as Jonathan, but I forget that it second half of season 1 is the second Joe. Fantastic rendition. Way better than those old OVAs we got. They really did a good job with that. Another, which claims to be a horror anime, but we all know how anime is with horror. At least this one's a little more psychological, and you've got little kids involved, so it's always a little bit more of a, ooh, creepy when you've got kids involved in your horror movie. Psycho Pass. Oh my gosh. Gen Urobuchi, back when he knew how to be Gen the Butcher. This show is fantastic. It takes that really, like, this show reminds me the most of an anime Blade Runner. Like, I know that we're not talking about androids and stuff here, but just that sort of idea of like an elite police force, and they're trying to like that detective unit just really gives me Blade Runner vibes all over it. The Sybil system, of course, I always think of it as a Sibian system, but that's a joke for another time. But definitely has those Minority Report vibes. I think this one's fantastic. You're talking people you know IRL. They've all seem to have strong opinions. Yeah. It's super hard talking about JoJo anime because it's in parts and seasons. Yeah, exactly. You're like, well, I like to talk about it based on the Joe. If you talk about it based on the Joe, it usually works out a little bit easier when you're talking to somebody. Even with the first part being pretty dang good, part 2 just overshadows it. Yes, I will say that if you are talking about Joseph Joestar making it to America, should you pick JoJo back up? You dropped it at 25 episodes into part 3, and the last 20-ish episodes weren't that great. Trying to think. You could skip to the like last battle. I don't know if that's gonna be like the last 3 episodes or if it'll be the last week or what the time period is, but like the last battle from part 3 is really good. I like Yoshikaga or Yoshikage, Kagi or Kaga, I don't remember. I like Handman. I think he's a very interesting character. I like when people make them very, very meticulously evil. I quite enjoy that. But the next season, the Italian season, the JoJo season, is a little more fast paced, a little more stick with it. And then so far, Stone Ocean is pretty good as well. The fact that season 1 is 2 parts and part 3 is 2 seasons, and then part 4 is 1 mega season is just hilarious. Yeah, Italian JoJo is probably your favorite. I do like Italian JoJo. I like the I like mafia stuff. I like the like organization. I love when your baddie isn't just like some rando baddo, but they're actually like pulling strings the entire time. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Part 4 is pretty skippable. You have a friend that hated part 4, so if you don't like it, you could just start watching part 5. Yeah. Hated the car stand, and that was awful. Yeah, it's not every stand is fantastic. However, every stand will take 3 episodes. The introduction to the person being a stand user, the stand initial battle where our main characters might win, but they might not overcome, and then the final battle where they overcome stand user. It gets a little repetitive, and the fact that each one is basically 3 episodes of one stand is just sort of dragging with a lot of that. It's definitely gotten better in parts 4 and 5. Or parts 5 and 6. Joe. Ugh. Giorno and Jolene are both really good. Goodness. All right. Sagi helps the coughs go down. Anyway, Psycho-Pass. Fantastic show. If you haven't seen Psycho-Pass, watch it. Second season, not as great. However, it does. The first season does really well. I wish they sort of ended it as a specific point, sort of twisted a little bit. But it is whatever. You might pick it back up then. Yeah, and again, anytime a stand isn't interesting, I can tell you they're going to beat it, and you can skip that stand and just move on to the next one. Harvest is invincible. That whole character, that's a weird one to me as well. Hyoka, I recognize, but I haven't seen. I love Chunibyo. This is another fun one, little silly romance show. Quite enjoyable overall. High School DxD. Watch it. Start it for the fan service. Keep watching it because it's fun. And a very enjoyable show about demons and fighting, and I rather enjoy it. You were happy how his story ended. Yeah, I like that it ended. That was my favorite part of that that stupid stand. Pet Girl of Sakura. So I have not seen Kuroko no Basket. I have read the manga, or I don't know, not all of it. The six volumes? Would that be 20 chapters or so? Shikimori is the new Chunibyo because it has that arm scene and then the new double arm scene from Chunibyo. Yes, exactly. I was a little concerned because Chunibyo is fun. It's an enjoyable little they're kids. This is silly. Quite enjoy it. Kuroko no Basket. I'm not a big fan. And I never got into the anime because I had read some of the manga. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really like it, but I'll move on. My Little Monster. This is the show I think of anytime somebody says, oh, have you seen Monster? I think of My Little Monster and not Monster, the anime about a sociopath. I always think of My Little Monster. I'm like, yeah, it's a great show. It's a really good romance. I really like the main character. I like how they can be a couple, and they're like, what? Monster, like the murderer and the doctor, and you're like, oh, that's not what I was thinking. Not what I was thinking at all. Fate Zero Season 2, we already added Fate Zero Season 1, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on this one for right now. But just know that Fate Zero is a good way to watch Fate without watching all of Fate. Just watch Fate Zero. You'll be okay. You'll figure it out. Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, the show that we all wish had more episodes, and then the follow-up, the sequel season, the side season that we all wish had more as well. Really fun one. Quite enjoyed this show. Monogatari has its own violent fan base. Wolf Children! Wolf Children is fantastic. Wolf Children is very good. Wolf Children is a show that anyone at any stage in their life can watch and enjoy. And I recommend that to anyone who's looking for a couple hours of just sit down and have a good time. Just have a good time. Feel and remember that family is important. And your family is who you make it, you know? Kokoro Connect. We'll keep rolling. Daily lives of high school boys. What do I look like? Some kind of weird simp to you. From the New World, I'm not familiar. K. This was a weird one. I remember a game. I remember a phone. I remember a bunch of people competing, but doesn't really doesn't stand out. Monogatari is a tough show to binge. Try, but you couldn't finish it. Yeah, Monogatari. If Joey the anime man, not Brandon the anime guy, Joey the anime man is correct, then the Monogatari series is really good light novels, because the author is really good at dialogue, and they try to cram all that dialogue in for the Gottary series, and it just doesn't work as well when people are speaking it compared to when you can read it. So I've had issues, or I've heard that criticism before. Neko Monogatari. Apparently someone's in their undies now, so whatever that means. Say I love you. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know that one. Kami-sama Kiss. To all the Fujoshis out there, go watch this show. You'll enjoy it. I can't get past a couple episodes. It's just not my thing, and I'm not going to waste time watching it. But you could watch it. If you like Sword Art Online, Excel World is the mangaka's prequel series. So enjoy that one if you enjoy the other one. Ooh. The episode that made us say, huh, I don't know if this is Evangelion anymore. I don't know if this series cares about telling deep stories and really important themes about making relationships and your place in humanity. Say I Love You is good. Well, there you go. There's your recommendation. It's good. Kids on the Slope. Boy, was I expecting some kind of slope-related hijinks to ensue. But what we got was high school band, like jam band, in the best way. Really fantastic show. I quite enjoy it. The animation is spot on. This is a show that'll make you happy if you watch it. All kinds of emotions. Dusk, Maiden of Amnesia. So I can't play H. Aesthetica of a rogue hero. One of the many pink-haired girls exist with an OP dude. See also Chivalry of a Failed Knight and something else I'm not thinking of right now. Familiar of Zero F. Apparently, I'm guessing this is part of the Zero franchise. We have the new Grimoire of Zero, or the Dawn Witch that's part of Grimoire of Zero. Is that part of the same? I don't know. But I'm gonna say it is, just to pretend I can. Wee! Pink hair! No! Pink hair doesn't exist in real life. We can't have pink hair! Jormungand. I have a friend who really likes this one. Arms dealers and everything. It's a very, very interesting show. I watched the first episode. Didn't really speak to me the way it spoke to them. But some people might enjoy that one. If you like Black Lagoon type stuff, you'll probably like Jormungand. Little busters, do 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 do. Kore wa zombie desu. Of the Dead. Yes, a follow-up season 2. Is it a zombie? Definitely an enjoyable one. That is for sure. And now I think we're gonna start getting into the crap ain't nobody has seen, or at least I haven't seen. I was just watching something that said you should watch Medaka Box. It was just an article that was like, top 5 important heroines or female leads and blah blah blah. Binbu Gamiga. This show is fantastic. This chick has so much good luck that it makes everybody's luck around her bad. And this is a god of bad luck who has come to balance out the good luck girl, and hijinks ensue. Fantastic, very fun. I recommend. Everybody should watch this one. Bakumon. Bakumon, one about making anime or making manga, if I remember. That one is pretty good. This show is very good. It's short, it's funny. It does all the right stuff that you need to for a comedy anime of that time. Like it does some JoJo type artwork. It does slapstick. It does the fact that our main Binbu Gamiga here is like the poverty god, is the god of poverty, makes sense that she would have bad luck stuff happen to her. Of course it's going to be a problem that incurs, and it has a reason and foundation in the show. Looking at you, Izumi. Where's your bad luck goddess who is sucking up all of your joy energy and having to make it go around, or make it so that other people are happier? Top 5 shows I pretended to watch that you should also watch. Bakuman gets better the more you watch. What's the good/bad luck one called? It's called Good Luck Girl in English. It is Binbo Gamiga, or the god of poverty in Japanese. So most likely, if you just type in Good Luck Girl, you're gonna find it. Sunrise. So go Gundam. We'll skip the movie there because we've already got the TV series for Madoka Magica. Berserk: The Golden Age, Arc 1, The Egg of the King. Just read the manga. Don't watch Berserk. Just read the manga. Even the good anime of Berserk misses stuff that's in the manga. Symphogear. I feel like someone was watching that online recently. More Berserk. Tsuritama, Tari. Listen to me, girls. I'm your father. Ugh. Love Chunibyo ONAs. Yomangan again. Amagami. Inferno Cop. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoopsies. Hold on. Edit. I need this to be completed and put it in my 2010s folder. This is Trigger making a flash animation about the Inferno Cop. And he is here to bring justice. It is fantastic. It's fun. It's quick. And if you want to understand, what is their space alien version? Trigger has some other shows that reference Inferno Cop. And by watching this really quick 13 episode ONA, you'll be prepared to laugh at any Trigger reference to Inferno Cop. It's quick and it's fun. I recommend this to everybody. It is a great, great show. Initial D, 5th stage. I love me some Initial D, but I gotta call it a 90s anime because the first stage started in 98. And I'm not gonna play that game. Psychic School Wars. Zitman. What is this? Not Guyver. Brave 10. Let's see. Aishin Saga. Maybe you should make your show. Polar Bear Cafe. This show's cute, but also completely meaningless. This is the Moe blob, but instead of cute girls doing cute things, it's just random animals that all do kind of cute things. Very, very funny there. A woman called Fujiko Mine, which apparently is like on somebody's top ecchi list, which I find hilarious because it's so classically designed. Muv-Love. I've got Muv-Love on one of my watch lists because it just is such a funny Funny freaking title, and it's robots and chicks, so like of course it's gonna be great. Has to be. Eureka 7 AO. This is separate from the original, I'm gonna say, because I think the original was the 2000s. Lagrange, the flower of Rinne. That sounds really familiar. I'm gonna pass for Bodacious Space Pirates. So many bad shows, so many pink hairs. Yeah, exactly. So many bad pink hair shows. But not Bodacious Space Pirates. Bodacious Space Pirates is a ton of fun. A girl takes over in the first episode her mom's pirate ship, and the crew that comes along with it, and they go a pirating, and it is fantastic. It's fun. It's bodacious in all of the real meaning of bodacious. Like, it's just big, exaggerated, and fun. I think it's amazing. Definite watch on that one. Plus, it's like, I think there's a movie and I think there's like some OVAs, but really you just need that first 26 episodes. You'll be like, yeah, that was a good show. I quite enjoyed it. You won't feel like you're missing anything after watching it. Yupote! We've had a few on here where I've said, hey, if you like guns, you'll probably like this show. This is the show that if you like guns, you'll like this show. Guy goes to a school where the girls are guns, but they just sort of manifest the gun at some point. Spoilers for Bodacious? Yeah, it's so bodacious. It's all in the title. They're space pirates and it's bodacious. That's all of the spoilers there. The rest of it's all episode 1. So you'll have like this main blue girl, she's the FNC, and there's some ongoing jokes involved with that. Girls Frontline 6 years early, exactly. The consistent jokes are the fact that the FNC has a skeletonized buttstock, so it's very just like a thin triangle, and so because it's got a skeletonized buttstock, the FNC character wears a thong, and it's a funny joke throughout the series. And other quirks of other guns are always in there. Like the middle school is all submachine guns. The high school is all just standard like rifles, and then like the next grade up, or like the class that's going to be leaving is like the full-on machine guns. Like it's just a fun show that knew a lot about guns and was like, what if they were girls? Like the AR-180, her pants never fit. It's kind of loose because on a real AR-180 they used a really weird hinge system, so it's got a very loose buttstock, and so it's just an ongoing joke that she's always having to pull her pants up because they're always kind of like hiking them up like constantly. So it's good. You watch this show. It's a very fun one. I'm amazed that one's this far down. Maybe I'm not amazed by that. I think that show deserves to be farther up, but I guess I can see not a lot of people watching it or putting on their lists and all that. Strike, which has got a movie. Saki, if you want to learn mahjong. Prince of Tennis. Spider Girl. Hakoki. Yosugiga. Marduk Scramble, Fuse, Hitamari, Scutch, Buso Shinki, Armored Warrior Goddess, Queen's Blade, more stuff. Thermi Rome has 3 episodes back then? Huh. Interesting. Thermi Rome Novae is like a Netflix series right now, and it's pretty hilarious, actually. Plus, it comes with a travel guide at the end of every episode, so I highly recommend it. I wonder what these 3 episodes are like. Look at that. Even I'm finding new stuff that I hadn't really thought of or looked at previously. Sengoku collection. I always like Sengoku related things because you kind of know what people are already into or what their characters are. Oh man, I am tired today. I am wore out. wore out, and I feel like I didn't even do that much. One of those lazy days where the laziness just kind of continues. That's what today is. So I'll probably actually call it after 2012, to be honest, because I am rather weary. It just hit me all of a sudden. Hit me like a bottle of vodka. Just whack. Oh my goodness. What else we got? Dot Hack. I think Dot Hack is one of the most boring shows ever. There are people that love Dot Hack. I don't. I just don't. It's like definition navel gazing. Like, let's talk to each other about what it's like to be in a video game. It's like, yeah, I play video games. I know. I got it. I don't want us all just to sit around. No littering or this guy's gonna come after you, that's for sure. Life of Budori Gesko. Precure. Precure's got a lot of fans. Got a lot of fans. Got a lot of fans. Do. Koi Ken Watashitachi. I don't know what that one's about. Kid Icarus. Oh, I limit it and I'm still scrolling. This stuff's crazy. Get another. Hold on, let me get a splash of something in here. No, not that one. This one we'll do a splash of this guy. No littering is the same style as Chainsaw Maid. Related? Potentially. They also look like Mr. Bill. No, Mr. Bill. Tonkin Drilland. Dan Ball, Sankey. Cran Shin-chan. Sacred Seven, Wings of the Silver Moon. Pinky. Now I'm just reading titles because nothing. Just so much stuff came out. Second season of Scried. I can't believe it's that far down. Gone. This looks so familiar. This little dinosaur boy here. What else we got? What else are we up to? It's so insane how many shows came out and were available and could be seen and people watched. Like we pointed it out earlier when I was looking at how many people were liking and retweeting the Hunter x Hunter mangaka's stuff. And it's like, there's just such a massive audience. All you got to do is make something, somebody will pick it up and be like, oh, that was pretty good. Dino from Digimon, basically. The digital monsters Digimon are the champions. Mikage, Shiwan, Geilang, Xiao. We're getting into the deep Chinese lore here, so I gotta imagine the ending is soon. Someday we'll get Anpon Man. He's a little red bean bun boy. Everybody loves Anpon Man. Dashutsu Gashapon. Loud House, Recruit Rhapsody. Man, in none of these, we've stopped looking like anime. Like, The Man Who Ate an Apple. Look at this, just like some kid's sketch drawing of an apple. This looks like a weird art exhibit. This is another weird art exhibit. Tobacco, again, weird art exhibit. Like, this is such a strange media all of a sudden. You drop Netflix, so you probably won't ever watch the 4th season. That's okay. It should still be on, Stranger Things. Hold on. I missed this. You have a few going mangas. You forgot to ask since the 4th season is mostly out. Any opinions on Stranger Things? You like the 1st season, but it was downhill from there. Stranger Things actually dropped Netflix, so you probably won't watch the 4th season. Never watched it. Everybody's like, oh, it's like the Goonies. It's like a good 80s show. It's like a good thing again. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to watch this. Like, it's a long running series, and I think at the time it was getting a 2nd season. I was like, they're just gonna keep pushing this show, and we're never gonna get like answers to stuff. I don't want to dive into that, so I just never did. it could be some kind of visual masterpiece for all I know, and I just will never ever find out. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with never knowing if it's good for myself, because I just don't care. Just don't care, because there's too much good stuff to watch. Too many things that I'd rather, spend my time watching, like tiny baby hand holding a torn piece of cloth, the feather robe from heaven. You gotta wonder how many people actually watched that. How many people watched Nani Nune no no? Good 80s show. You like Stranger Things, E-Class? It's pretty all right. You give season 1 a 7 or 8. So I mean, those pretty good. Pretty good for a first season to capture you that way. But did it capture you the way Unpi, the Stinky Triangle, captured you? Can we say that? For when I was looking in the little preview window that I have here, I thought this was live action, and I was like, "What is going on? We need anime over here. How are we still calling this anime?" We're into. Oh, is this the puppet one? Long Bon? Oh, I remember there was like a puppet anime that came out at this time. It was like Taiwanese puppets or something like that. And it was super famous or super popular for people to talk about as like, this isn't even anime. What is it doing on here? You don't think anything has ever made me felt like Unpi? I felt things, man. It triggered me, which is a good thing. I am blown away by the number of people who are like, wow, that was really triggering. I'm shook. I am triggered by, like, everybody's posting about the new Kenobi being triggering, and it's like, bitch, that's what makes it good. Like, if you can say one thing about media, it's that media that reaches into your soul and shakes your emotions should be classified as good. So if you've got people that are saying, wow, that really triggered me, like they watch like a horror movie, like, wow, I'm so triggered by it. It's like, yeah, somebody did something that caused you to feel. Now, plenty of people online saying how stupid Kenobi is and how this is dumb and that is dumb, and I haven't seen it. I don't care. But I know that those triggered people are going to come at some anime I like. Like, they already tried it with the Skeleton Knight. They're like, I'm triggered by this first episode. I'm triggered by that. Like, I'm getting triggered. It's like, if you're triggered, it means you feel something. And that's what media needs to do. Media needs to reach down into your soul and make you feel something. And if you do, you got to chill down your spine, because you're like, ooh, that main character is really doing well. Or anything like that. They're like, whoa, that looks really real. And you're like, wow, I'm excited by this. You're emotionally stimulated, whether it's a positive emotion, whether it's a negative emotion, whatever you're feeling, so long as it, like, let's be 100% with like what the word triggering should mean, right? Like, somebody who has real PTSD, who has a triggering event that causes them to ball up and be immobile, unusable, fall apart, whatever descriptor you want, you need to have that take care with that. So like, if you have actual PTSD to the where some things that you may see will put you into the feel state that you can't do anything, sure, I get it, triggering, and we should make sure that you can function. But I'm gonna guess that somebody who has full on PTSD that causes that has triggers is fully aware of what triggers them and how to avoid it, or how to deal with it, or how to mitigate it, or any number of things that they can kind of keep track of themselves. If you're just shook, if you're just triggered, let it trigger you, let it shake you. You have emotions that you need to deal with, and this medium, this show, this TV, this art, whatever it is, could help you. It's cathartic. It will move you from not knowing how to deal with an emotion to understanding how that emotion affects you. And that's a great thing. You have to do that. The new Top Gun wasn't perfect, but you made you feel a lot of things. Top Gun shouldn't be perfect. Top Gun should be jet planes going fast and people making love. Like, it's a great show. It's a great concept. It should be exciting. It should be something where you watch it and you're like, yeah, like, you get that, like, those good feels. That's what Top Gun should trigger in you. That's what it should do. Your favorite movie of the year. Wow, that is crazy. I am actually quite excited to see Maverick at some point. I haven't been excited for live performances in a long time, but something like Top Gun is definitely something I'm interested in. You haven't watched the original Top Gun? It's so good. It's so good. But you need to go into it with what I just said. How it's not supposed to be great. It's supposed to be campy. It's supposed to be Air Force propaganda. Like, it's supposed to just get you excited about jets go fast, go boom, and Tom Cruise make love. And then when you're done watching Top Gun, you can go watch Hot Shots, which is the parody of Top Gun and is freaking hilarious, and then leads into Hot Shots Part 2, which is making fun of the second Rambo, not the first one, not First Blood, the actual Rambo 2. So much fun. First one is boring at times, but all plane scenes are great. It is classic 80s, where like you'll go through like a scene of everybody kind of like sitting around talking, and it's just jumping back from person to person. You're like, all right, well, that was weird. But like, all of the good scenes are fantastic. You watched it for the first time last night, so you got some good perspective on how it holds up or doesn't hold up to a modern audience. It definitely is not a perfect movie, but it doesn't have to be. It just needs the parts that are exciting to be exciting, and as long as the exciting parts are great, then it's fantastic. The 80s, when movies were fun. That's true. They were just goofy. They were good old fun. And similar to the 2000s anime, you would just have random boobies and random people getting their arms cut off, and so you had just gore, violence, and sex everywhere, and it was okay because it was all just part of the medium, and it was just part of the storytelling experience, and it was great and fun, and everybody liked it. And now we only get that in anime or real indie grindhouse stuff. Really funny. Now, when you say First Rambo is a perfect movie, are we talking First Blood? Are we saying like First Blood is the first Rambo movie in your mind? Because it is great. It is a fantastic movie. Perfect movie. I have thoughts about First Blood, but I think it is such a fun one-man war movie that it is a blast. It is just straight up a blast. I definitely think the second Rambo is better than the first Blood. But that's, everybody's got their own ideas of what's great. First Blood is the first one you think is perfect. Can't think of a flaw right now. Its only flaw is being too awesome, being too much of a these guys are bad, guys are bad, and these guys are good. This is our good guy, and our good guy now is good. But that ending scene is with the Colonel is so good. It's such a good scene, such good film, so fantastic. Quite enjoy that. Oh, I also like these moon drops. I got the Moondrop Chew, so really like the cheapest IEM you can get, because I just needed something that had like a little bit longer cable, so I didn't have to keep leaning forward anytime I was talking with somebody on stream. But I rather enjoy the fit. It's small, lightweight metal. Plus the packaging had a waifu on it, which is perfect for Waifu Wednesday, so that worked out pretty well. A little odd, the symbol on the back, it's supposed to be like a leaf. It gives me Evangelion Angel vibes. So we'll see if I survive with these new IEMs. In-ear monitors. Ooh, fancy, man. Very fun. But it was a blast hanging out with everybody. cutting it a little short on this Waifu Wednesday. But like I said, I have been dying. I don't know. I feel like I got good sleep. But at the same time, I am so freaking tired. Nothing is over. Still one of your favorite movie lines. If anyone quotes Rocky, you quote Rambo. I think you've only watched 15 movies on IMDb's top 100. I used to have a book of like the 500 must-see movies of Hollywood. I'd seen quite a few of those. It's the top 100 ratings. Quickly here, because I am weary. Of 100, I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Maverick's already up there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, nice. Seven Samurai's number 31. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 of the top 50 went and rounded at 16. You were off by 1. The 100 to 250 doesn't make it any better though. So I got 30 out of 50. Rear Window is a really good mystery thriller, classic Hitchcock. So it's 31, 32. 33 at Your Name. 34, 35 with the Avengers movies. 36 with Coco. Django's gonna be 37, 38 on Dark Knight, 39 for Wall-E, Old Boy at 40, Princess Mononoke 41, 42 with Braveheart, Aliens at 43, Amadeus 44, 45 with Indiana Jones, 46 with The Shining, Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Fantastic movie. Is that 50? Is Strangelove 50? I'm gonna pretend it's 50 unless you guys correct me on that. So 50, 51 with Sunset Boulevard, 52 for Great Dictator, 53 for Toy Story. Inglourious Bastards is 54. 55 on Toy Story. Once Upon a Time in America is 56. 57 on Star Wars Return of the Jedi. 58 on Space Odyssey. No one should watch all of Lawrence of Arabia. That movie's too long. 59 at Vertigo. Singing in the Rain is 60. Citizen Kane at 61. And then I have not seen M. So 61 out of the top 100. Almost all of those are Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and Disney. Did you also get the Ghibli's? Because there was Spirited Away was on the list, and Mononoke were in the top 100, at least when I was just looking. So you may have more if you hadn't already selected those. So yeah, whatever number I just got, 60. Well, we'll just say 60. Only 2 of those, okay? Lord of the Rings and Disney, exactly. Just wait. Lord of the Rings will eventually be owned by the mouse. Unless the mouse can't afford anything because their special district goes away, and we'll find out how that works out for them. Anyway, that was fun. Yeah, so I'm grounded in other medium. And to be 100%, So I grew up. My parents, anytime that there was like a joke or something in a show or a movie that referenced something else, because with the Simpsons, referential humor was becoming like a very, like, it's streamed to your TV, and you can see these jokes. You're laughing because it's funny, because Simpsons was funny, and then you also had the like, my dad would be like, "Oh, you guys haven't seen that movie yet," and so then we'd watch that movie, and then he got that big book, like the 500 must see movies. We started going through it, checking off as many as we had seen, and most of the movies on that top 100 list that I just looked at that I've seen are references from other jokes that at some point my parents were like, "Oh, that's a joke that's a reference to this. We should watch this instead." So I haven't really gone out of my way to see quite a few of those. It's mostly just, "Oh, this makes this joke funnier," because that's what good media should do. Something like The Simpsons is going to refer to something, or some anime you watch is going to refer to a book or something like that. It should make you want to go see or watch or enjoy whatever that original is. And so I did quite a bit of that. And with that, I am going to call it for tonight. So everyone, have a wonderful Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a wonderful and productive Thursday. We'll be continuing the Throwback Thursday by going through the 2013 and onward. 2013, very special year for me personally. Like when Iron Man calls Thor Lebowski. All right. Later, boys and Serranos. Goodbye, stream. See you around in the chat. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Kampai.